Liv Morgan could be getting a new role in WWE after tragic injury on Raw, says former WCW champion. Liv Morgan's heartbreaking shoulder injury on this week's edition of WWE Raw has been a major blow to fans. While Morgan is likely to spend time away from the company to recuperate, Vince Russo has pitched an interesting new role for her. The Judgment Day member stepped inside the ring against Kairi Sane in hopes of advancing in the Queen of the Ring tournament on the Monday night show. However, things soon came crashing down after Liv Morgan landed badly on her shoulder during the match, forcing the referee to immediately call off the bout. Since then, multiple reports have come out suggesting that Morgan is expected to undergo surgery and that her injury has left many of WWE's plans in disarray. Amid this, on the latest episode of the Coach and Bro Show, Vince Russo has called for the global juggernaut to still use Morgan on TV in some capacity. Russo feels that a performer of her level must be utilized to the fullest, and even pitched that she could take up an authority role for WWE's women's division. If it's me, and you know how good Liv Morgan is, right storyline-wise, make her the commissioner of the whole women's division while she's out with injury. You can come up with some kind of storyline to make that plausible. You need her presence on television, said Russo. 1616 to 1639, who could replace Liv Morgan in WWE? In a recent Q&A session, WrestleVotes told Sportskeeda that Liv Morgan was planned to team up with Raquel Rodriguez to face the Bella Twins at Evolution 2025. However, with those plans now all but cancelled, he suggested that the company could replace Morgan with Roxanne Perez in the tag team match. I know people may not want to hear this, but we reported it was possibly going to be the Bella Twins versus Liv and Raquel at Evolution for the titles. You could put Roxanne in her place and just keep the match as it is. I don't know if that's what they'll do, he said. Though she's expected to be away from TV for the foreseeable future, Morgan is being advertised to appear on the August 18th episode of WWE Raw. WWE reportedly significantly reshaping Evolution pay-per-view event. WWE is in the process of making major adjustments to its creative plans for an upcoming pay-per-view event. As we previously reported here on EWN, Liv Morgan's recent shoulder injury has forced the company to overhaul several key storylines. Morgan will undergo surgery and is expected to be out of action for an extended period of time, according to multiple sources. Morgan had been heavily involved in ongoing storylines with WWE Hall of Famer Nikki Bella and was slated for a prominent role at the upcoming All-Women's Evolution pay-per-view event. She was also involved in a developing WWE Women's Championship feud with Io Sky and currently holds the WWE Women's Tag Team titles alongside Raquel Rodriguez. WrestleVotes is reporting that WWE's creative team has begun reworking plans, with particular focus on significantly reshaping the upcoming Evolution event. WWE Evolution is set for July 12, 2025, live from State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Georgia. Note, if you have any news tips or podcast recaps that you'd like to send in for us to post, full credit will be given to you. Please email me at rclarkpws@yahoo.com. An even bigger story: Liv Morgan set for massive push upon WWE return, veteran predicts. A longtime WWE veteran predicted a massive push for Liv Morgan upon her return from injury. Morgan suffered a right shoulder injury last Monday on Raw during the opening moments of her match against Kairi Sane. Natalya reacted to Morgan's injury on a recent appearance on Busted Open Radio. She felt bad for the former women's world champion because it was a freak accident. However, she also believes that the Judgment Day member could be set for a big push upon her return because of her hard work. I do know one thing. That is a woman that always lands on her feet and she always takes whatever it is that she's given and she makes it better. So whatever it is that's going on with her, she is going to take it and she is going to run with it and she is going to make it gold and she's going to come back stronger than she's ever been. So for that, I am excited for her because sometimes, it just takes something like this to ignite a fire to start an even bigger story, Natalya said. 240 to 308. Liv Morgan's injury happened at an unfortunate time since she was involved in several storylines with multiple WWE stars such as Nikki Bella, Roxanne Perez, and Io Sky. The Miracle Kid is reportedly set to undergo surgery and could miss 6 months of action, as revealed in the latest episode of WrestleVotes Radio on Sportskeeda WrestleBinge. Former WWE writer pitches on-air role for Liv Morgan. Speaking on the Coach and Bro show, Vince Russo suggested putting Liv Morgan on television while she recovers from her shoulder injury. Russo claimed that WWE needs Morgan, who could be a great commissioner for the entire women's division. We know how good Liv Morgan is, right? Storyline-wise, make her the commissioner of the whole women's division while she's out with injury. You can come up with some kind of a storyline to make that plausible. You need her presence on television, Russo said. 1616 to 1640 that you'd like to add, feel free to post them in the comments section below. Just remember they are rumors and not confirmed as fact, so please take them as such. And check our weekly rumor look back here to keep track of how often rumors turn out to be correct. Jonathan Coachman pitches new WWE role for Liv Morgan amid injury. Liv Morgan will be out of action for months with an injury, one that she suffered during the June 16th episode of WWE Monday Night Raw. In a recent edition of his Coach and Bro Show podcast, Jonathan Coachman argued that WWE should keep Liv on TV despite the injury. He said, "You know how good Liv Morgan is, right? Storyline-wise, make her the commissioner of the whole women's division while she's out with injury. You can come up with some kind of storyline to make that plausible. You need her presence on television." WWE has a history of keeping injured female talent on TV, including making Alexa Bliss the head of the women's division in 2018 and 2019. In 2019, Bliss would also serve as the host of WrestleMania 35 and would make several appearances during the event. In late 2020, Sonya Deville was brought back as an on-screen authority figure after returning following a hiatus stemming from an attempted kidnapping. Liv Morgan's injury on WWE Raw wasn't just bad luck, here's where it all went wrong. Liv Morgan's injury could have been avoided, and WWE had the opportunity to prevent it. The June 16th edition of Monday Night Raw witnessed an unfortunate incident. Liv Morgan, who had been a top fixture for the flagship show since 2024, suffered a shoulder injury at the start of her scheduled match. Morgan had to be escorted out of the match immediately. Furthermore, reports have stated that she will require surgery and will miss at least 6 months of in-ring time. While the timing was not right, as Morgan was at the top of her game, her injury could have been easily avoided had WWE made different decisions. Liv Morgan missing WWE TV time for the remainder of the year could have been prevented. Liv Morgan was scheduled to face Kairi Sane in a singles match on the June 16th edition of Monday Night Raw. The moment the bell rang, the duo charged at each other. Moments later, the current WWE Women's Tag Team Champion dropped on the ring mat awkwardly and injured her shoulder. She was taken away from the ringside area by the officials, and Sane was awarded the win. Michael Cole announced that she suffered a dislocated shoulder, and further reports revealed the severity of the injury. However, WWE taking a different direction could have easily avoided this unfortunate incident. WWE Universe had already witnessed a match between the duo just weeks ago, which drew less interest. Apart from the end when Roxanne Perez interfered, this was nothing but a filler match for that episode of Raw, and WWE did not need this match for the show. Moreover, Morgan had begun a rivalry with Nikki Bella the week before. Bella was reportedly supposed to come out after the match. Instead, WWE could have simply planned a face-to-face segment between Bella and Morgan and made their rumored match for WWE Evolution 2 official. However, what is done, and nothing can be done to reverse it. Liv Morgan will have to sit out for the remainder of the year. So it remains to be seen when she will be back and if she can reclaim her top spot on Monday Night Raw upon making her comeback. Fans won't like WWE star Liv Morgan's shoulder injury surgery update. Kairi Sane also discussed WWE superstar Liv Morgan's shoulder injury, which may be more serious than initially thought. More updates regarding WWE superstar Liv Morgan's shoulder injury, and it appears she may require surgery, which would keep her out of action even longer than expected. PW Insider reports her separated shoulder will require surgery. According to the report, this is the worst-case scenario, and it will keep Morgan Wood for a lengthy amount of time. Unfortunately, this likely means she will be out for more than 3 months, which is what a previous report indicated. That would have been bad enough since she would have missed Evolution 2 and SummerSlam. Now, she could be on the sideline even longer. PW Insider also previously reported that Morgan's injury was real. They called it a severe dislocation, which they speculated could keep her out of the ring for 4 months. Liv Morgan's WWE opponent breaks silence on shoulder injury. Morgan's opponent during the match she got injured was Kairi Sane. 2 days after the injury occurred, Sane took to X, formerly Twitter, to break her silence on the matter. She appears to be taking it hard, given she was part of the freak accident that resulted in Morgan's injury. One of the most painful things for me is when a match is decided not by wrestling, but because of an injury, Sane.